So the S24 Ultra has already been leaked, and as a Sammy fanboy, I've already went through the leaks. And sadly, I came across some news.
The Exynos is back.
And it seems a bit concerning. So some of you might not even know what the Exynos is. The Exynos chip is a chip that is made by Samsung that is mostly in Samsung phones, because I don't think other brands want Exynos chips in their phones. But you might be asking yourself, what could be so bad about the chips? Like, Samsung makes their own displays, they damn good at it. In fact, best in class. They make their own speakers, they're damn good. I'm not sure if they're best in class, but they're pretty damn good at it. So Samsung is well established in terms of making their own parts. So what could be so bad about their chips? Well, the chips have poor performance compared to the competitors like MediaTek and Qualcomm, for example, and the thermal throttling is out of this world. Like, if you have a Samsung phone with the Exynos chip in it and you want to play some games, edit some videos, record for a few seconds, minutes, your phone is guaranteed to get toasty. Let's take the S22 for example. The S22 was divided into two variants, the Exynos variant and the Snapdragon variant. Now, these chips were both inefficient. They were considered inefficient because of their thermal throttling. But the Exynos chip throttled like it was paid to throttle. And it also lagged behind in terms of performance. And it's always been like this from the Note 1, I guess. Like, Exynos has been around for a long time and it's always been like this. Samsung will split it into the Snapdragon and the Exynos variant, and Snapdragon, most if not all of the time, would just take the W, being better every time. It's only this year that Samsung didn't put Exynos in their phones, and that was because of the complaints, and they claimed that they would come back with Exynos in 2025, making the dream chip, which would make the Exynos better than ever and hopefully beat the competition. But they couldn't do that due to Qualcomm increasing the price of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is the chip for next year from Snapdragon. So Samsung had to put Exynos back in to decrease the price of the S24 Ultra, as it would be too pricey if they put Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in all of the phones. So that's just very worrying, as we don't know how this chip will perform. But Samsung now has a shot at redemption. Exynos was gone for a year, sales got up. People might have their trust in Samsung again. So Samsung has a shot at redemption. Samsung has a shot at making Exynos good. Like the Exynos 2200, the major fail Samsung had there was that I think they focused too much on ray tracing, because it was the first mobile chip with ray tracing. They focused too much on ray tracing, then lacked in terms of CPU and other GPU qualities. And when it came out, nobody talked about the ray tracing. The developers didn't make any ask for ray tracing for the Exynos 2200, which was the only chip at the time that had ray tracing. It's only this year they're talking about ray tracing because Snapdragon also has ray tracing now, and MediaTek has come out with ray tracing. So it's only this year they're talking about ray tracing. And the ray tracing on the Exynos 2200, I think it's best on smartphones still to this day. Like, the Exynos 2200 beats the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 in terms of ray tracing, but it lags behind in CPU and GPU qualities. So if Samsung in the Exynos 2400 would bump up the ray tracing just a bit, just to keep up or even slay the competition, and then marginally improve their CPU and just a bit on the GPU, They could quite possibly beat the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and be class leading basically, or even start to compete with Apple. And Apple's fire. Like, I still have to talk about Apple with their fire, but Samsung has a shot at redemption, and I really hope they take this shot, but we'll have to wait and see. If you found this video of value, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. We'll see each other in the next one.